A polar vortex didn't stop producers from gathering in Mount Pleasant for the annual Great Lakes Crop Summit.
It's a good place to come because there's so many different pieces of information you can get from this Crop Summit meeting.
The MSU Dairy Farmer of the Year award is going to a pair of Southeast Michigan farmers. And Michigan Agricultural Commodities' Chris Betts will join us with a market update. I'm Janelle Brose, and this is Farm News 5.
Farm News 5 is brought to you by Ford.
A polar vortex didn't stop producers from gathering in Mount Pleasant for the annual Great Lakes Crop Summit earlier this week. It was the 6th year for the summit, which is a joint convention and trade show for the state's corn, soybean, and wheat checkoffs.
What we hope is that there will be at least one thing that they will take back to their farming operation that will make them a better manager, it'll make them a better producer, and it'll make them more profitable next year. It's also a networking opportunity for them to get out and to see other industry personnel that's here, as well as other producers that are here that maybe they don't get together with the rest of the year.
Farming community is a small community, and you kind of know everybody in the business. So it's nice to get caught up with people and see how things are going on their farm, different things they're doing, maybe different things you're doing versus theirs, and kind of do some comparing notes and things like that.
The federal government shutdown was a talking point during the annual summit. While farm country is glad the government is back in business, uncertainty remains over the shutdown's impacts on the ag economy.
I think not only for soybeans, but for farmers in general, the government's shutdown has meant that farmers aren't able to conduct their normal day-to-day business, and right now it's a critical time for farmers to make plans for 2019. There's also the market facilitation program. My understanding is some farmers were not able to sign up for that program. Now that the offices are running again, I guess they've extended that deadline. But, you know, it just puts everybody behind. Well, I hope that they're able to work out an agreement so that we don't have another shutdown in the middle of February. I think that would be devastating to our economy and to farm economy in particular. So I'm hoping they can work something out.
If you want a car from a company that's been building them for 115 years, get a Ford. If you want a car with driver assist technology, get a Ford. You're gonna want a Ford.
Brothers Blaine and Kim Baker, operators of Baker Lads Farms in Clayton, will receive the 2019 MSU Dairy Farmer of the Year award, the Great Lakes Regional Dairy Conference, next week. The fifth-generation family farm is home to a dairy herd of 540 Holsteins and 607 replacements, as well as acreage for crops including corn, soybeans, and alfalfa. The award is given by the Department of Animal Science at Michigan State University.
Planning for 2019 and beyond? Foster Swift's Ag Law team offers comprehensive legal counsel for farmers and businesses.
The U.S. Apple Association has announced its class of 2019 Young Apple Leaders, including 2 from Michigan. Kyle Rasch of Windy Ridge Orchards in Conklin and Jeremy Shank of Central Produce Sales in Dowagiac. They joined 20 other young apple growers who were selected to learn from U.S. Apple Leaders as they advocate on important issues affecting growers and the apple industry. With a look at the latest market activity, here is Michigan Ag Commodities' Chris Betts.
Thanks, Janelle. All three are stuck in a range-bound sideways pattern as trade awaits all the backdated government data to be released throughout the month, as well as the outcome of trade negotiations this week between the U.S. and China. Weather forecasts for Brazil look largely favorable for bean harvest to progress there, although the hot and dry weather will not benefit early development for second crop corn. This will draw more attention moving forward, but for now, traders are honed in on new export data and ongoing trade negotiations. The extreme cold this week in the Midwest is a threat for winter kill in areas, while fresh snow cover will benefit more northern areas. The plains have largely been unaffected by the cold, which has limited any potential upside off the polar vortex. For more market information, go to michag.com. With Michigan Agricultural Commodities, I'm Chris Betts.
For more news and video, visit MichiganFarmNews.com and the Michigan Farm Bureau channel on YouTube. With Farm News 5, I'm Janelle Brose. Have a great week of farming.